1, 2, 3, 4. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing, testing.
So we're gonna hit, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, air conditioning comfort. Both mics are hot.
Huh?
Both mics are hot.
Oh, I got you covered. So we're doing it.
Huh?
We're not gonna have a monitor.
Unfortunately, the big screen there is the monitor. Unfortunately.
Because I say that because y'all must be on a short. Something different.
All right. If it don't get started there,
By tomorrow.
Showcase 2017 started. As we proceed, as the teams greet each other, just let me welcome all of you to Brandon's Beach, Barbados, for this lovely occasion. Both teams looking ready, ready for the sands. Who will it be? Only time will tell. Will it be Team Trinidad? Will it be Team Guyana? Goals will decide. Goals will decide. It looks like Trinidad will kick off.
Well, good evening and welcome to the best party in town this weekend. The International Beach Soccer Showcase here in Barbados. Trinidad with the touch-off against Guyana. Andy Thornhill along with Ronaldo Pee-wee Jilks.
Good evening, Andy, and it's a pleasure to be here. Here you see Guyana on the attack, looking to penetrate the Trinidadian goal appeals for a penalty, and
It's given.
yeah, our Latin American referee, not known to us as yet, still awaiting those team documents. And Guyana having the first opportunity at goal.
Well, you know, this is a top tier event, so this is a true international event, and this would obviously be paving the way for greater things to come for Barbados and the rest of the Caribbean.
And
What a way to start the game.
within less than a minute, Andy, 58 seconds on my watch, Guyana goes up 1-0. However, from what I just heard from BFA executive member Nicole Puckring, she had the opportunity to see Trinidad play just late last year, when we had a team travel to Trinidad, and she said this Trinidad team is the real deal.
Well, we'll see. They have to come from a goal down. I guess you need to have certain skills to be playing beach soccer. I guess you will be seeing the ball in the air a lot of scooping.
Yeah, you have to be very technical.
Very technical.
Yeah,
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, your skills have to be on point. As you see here, Trinidad is showing a bit of patience, a bit of skill as well.
Again, for the goalkeeper to be very, very involved as well.
Yeah, he too has to be very technical, not just with his hands, but with his feet as well. And as you see here, Trinidad being very patient, calculated in their development. The ball goes back into the Trinidad goalkeeper, and you can see a bit of tactics actually being executed here. And you know, people will see the fanfare and the trickery of beach football, but there are some tactics involved.
But we just saw Trinidad, for instance, like you said, playing the patience game, a good deal of possession. But Guyana certainly, they've shown the intentions from the start.
Yeah, their approach can be more direct, you know.
More direct.
Yeah, once given the opportunity to shoot, they will take such an opportunity. There you see number 9 firing just wide. And until
Trinidad is a little more technical for what we've seen thus far.
And
But at the end of the day, PV, as you would know, it's the goals that count.
yeah, I've seen in most recent times in English football, especially, possession goes for nothing. You know, some of the teams who've had the less possession end up being on the winning end. And there you see the goalkeeper with a strike, just dipping over the Guyanese goal, and the goalkeeper saying, "I had that one covered."
Clearly, it's a form of football that goalkeepers can score in open play.
Yeah, imagine due to the dimensions of the pitch, you know, it's obviously a shorter version, and you're basically within shooting range. Guyana here approaching on the right-hand side, and that one is...
I think it's a form of the game in Barbados that will take off eventually, crowd-wise, spectator-wise.
Yeah, because, you know, here, well, in the Caribbean in general, we like the fast-paced stuff, end-to-end party atmosphere, and that's what beach football brings.
Yes.
If you know from the origin in Brazil, Brazil being the party capital when it comes to sports, specifically football, they turned it into one big beach festival, and hopefully we could do that here in Barbados.
In fact, some of the outstanding Brazilian footballers started playing on the beach.
Yeah, most prominently, Ronaldinho, he speaks.
I think Romario as well.
Yeah, they speak very well about how they develop their skills, their technical skills. I mean, you can see, because it's not like playing on a flat surface. You have the deviation of the ball, you have the ball being stuck in the sand, so you really have to utilize your technical talents.
12 minutes a quarter, I've been told.
And we're already...
3-minute breaks in between.
Yeah, we're 5 minutes within the first one.
And Guyana in possession, leading by a 0-0.
Yeah, showing a bit of fair play there. Trinidad building again from the back. And I believe they made a sub, number 12 right out.
Oh, tremendous effort. It's gone wide, but it was a good effort.
I see our good friend Trevor Carr making an entry. Andy, you would have seen Trevor play. You think he would have been skillful enough to play this brand of the game?
He would have been fast enough. definitely to be in position.
Okay.
I don't know if he was skillful enough. No, seriously.
Yeah, I heard he was a trending goal scorer.
Yeah.
Always on the end
Yeah.
of that lurking.
He
ball
knows
coming from
exactly
the
where to position himself for goal, and given the opportunity, Thorne will make you pay.
And it seems here, Andy, that Guyana earned themselves what seems to be a free kick
Yes.
for a potential dangerous play. One of the players, number 5, taking a knock to the head. And as you know, free kicks offered any part of the pitch here in beach football is a goal scoring opportunity.
Indeed, it is. And as you would know, as you would know, in most football matches now, especially if you're in the attacking third or around that area by the box, that ball situations most times now turn into goals.
Yep. And what's fascinating about the beach football rules is that for a free kick, you're often allowed a free shot on goal.
Wow.
So the goalkeeper always have to be on the lookout. Has to be sharp.
Actually, Guyana has a beach soccer league.
Yeah,
And maybe that's the way Barbados will go eventually, or that's the way we have to go if we want to be.
Yeah, speaking to Coach Hamid yesterday, he said they're made up of 16 teams. Obviously, you know, Guyana having a greater landscape and bigger population, soccer population as well. So perhaps our league may not be as big as theirs, but I could guarantee you in terms of quality, once Barbados gets hold of something within sports, we make a big deal of it in terms of quality. Trinidad having the opportunity on goal and choosing to restart with the goalkeeper. Ooh,
Fleet-footed. It's a break. Good defending by Trinidad at the end. But like we said, this is a game of end-to-end action.
yeah, and
If you blink, you miss something.
and Guyana, they do look quite fit, yeah, and strong.
Of course, over the years, Guyana has been better known for football and well, cricket and boxing, sorry. At times, they've looked good playing football.
Guyana
And it's
goalkeeper.
good to see that they have this extra layer attached to their football, which means there's some level of seriousness in the Guyanese football.
Trinidad looking for a fast break. Captain number 6 put the light football in, and danger averted by the Guyanese captain number 10. Hopefully by the end of this first period, we will have a team list so we can familiarize the listeners and viewers with these players who will be saying all weekend. This is the first of 3 games, I believe, Andy.
Yes.
Yes.
In fact, Guyana will be playing 2 games tonight, but and it will balance out because all of the teams
We'll play 2
will
games.
play in 2 games. Yeah.
I believe they play England, the lone European representatives
Yeah,
for this tournament.
the Guyanese will play England in the last game of the night. Barbados, the middle game against Antigua.
Yeah, hopefully
Good skill. I'm sure he's going to shoot.
hopefully the weather will be a bit more kind to the English at that time. It'll be well after 9, so it'll be some cooler temperatures.
Well, at the press conference yesterday, the English coach was saying the main problem was the time zone adjusting or readjusting to it. Oh, it was a brilliant save.
Yeah, a well-organized set piece. In swing and
Looked to be going home.
Yeah, most definitely. And Guyanese goalkeeper are looking quite young. However, using that youth to showcase his agility.
Like you noted early on, PB, the Trinidad team is very technical.
Yeah.
The Guyanese are more direct. And at the moment, that's working for Guyana. They're still up by a goal. And this game certainly provides for the element of surprise.
Yeah.
A lot of spontaneity, almost through.
Good composure by the Trinidadian goalkeeper. Trinidad on the attack on the left, plays one inside, but there's no one on the end of that one. Guyana looking again, on the break. A bit of tactics here being enforced by Guyana, sitting deep or deeper than usual. I think the team on the break because
Give it away. Should be the goalkeeper's ball easily.
favorable beach bounce,
Ooh.
and then an unfavorable one.
Oh, he totally missed his kick.
Trinidad looking to build here in the middle of the field.
And I guess playing in dead sand is not as easy as some of us may think.
Yeah, you got to be tremendously fit.
And you got to be fit as well.
Yeah, that resistance.
But I need to scoop that ball up.
Yeah.
It's definitely something you will have to be practicing for a long, long time.
Yeah, a violation there by Guyana. I believe that there is a maximum of 3 seconds to play the ball from the touchline. So, again, Andy, as you said earlier, end-to-end, always busy. So you have no time. You can't stick and stall and waste time like in the regular form of the game. And Guyana again on the break with the captain who
You'll
shoots.
take a shot.
Favorable beach bounce by...
And the goalkeeper able to recover.
I think the goalkeepers have done a fantastic job so far. Both of them have kept their teams in the game. With one, by my watch, 1 more minute to play, and Guyana would like
To the Guyanese. Well, Trinidad, he's in pain.
Yeah.
He's in agony.
Brave to commit that challenge because the Guyana player, the Guyanese player,
He's at top speed as well.
Yeah, and he seems to have the advantage, but courageous goalkeeping by the Trinidad goalkeeper. Hopefully he's okay.
Well, it seems so. Prepared for all eventualities.
By my clock area, there is just a couple seconds until the end of this first period.
And we know that the referees were brought in.
Yes, I understand that the referee on the above side, closer to the water, he is of Latin American origin. And we have our very own Beverly Grant, experienced Beverly Grant, former FIFA referee.
She's now one instructor, you understand? An assessor?
Yeah, one of the,
So she's still getting some part of the action.
for lack of a better word, one of the big boys.
Good skill by the
Man,
Trinidadian
a
goalkeeper. Beautiful.
How often do you see that in regular football? That's the joy of beach football.
Yes.
The element of surprise always exists. After having a stellar
That's a
first
beauty.
period. Yeah, and I mean, we were just talking about the quality of the goalkeepers. They're still kind of playing up there on the grass surface. No, you're not seeing the lot of scoops and flicks, looking to create that opening.
Well, maybe that comes down to the experience, because I believe Trinidad would have been playing this form of football longer than most other English-speaking Caribbean teams.
Yes, and they also have an international competition, and that's it for the first period. And scoreline is Guyana 1, Trinidad and Tobago 1. What do you think about the first period, Andy?
Well, like I said, the Guyanese more direct in the way they did things. The Trinidadians more technical. And neither team really dominated. It was well balanced. So we'll see what happens in the second quarter. Another 12 minutes. 3 minutes break. So they have enough time to go back to the drawing board. Do things a bit differently, perhaps. So it's 1-1 after the first quarter. I will be back in just a minute.
He's with Jashawn Moore. Are these numbers that they're keeping through, right?
Yeah.
But I guess tomorrow we will get a copy tomorrow.
Yeah, because I was.
I thought you were on vacation.
Regionalized vacation. That's a word with me.
That way tell
That's a
you.
word with me, vacation.
When you tell me you're on vacation, you know you don't get on vacation. Sleep when you're dead.
You ain't saying that. You like that is what the one. I like my job, so.
You don't need a job, you want.
Exactly.
Normal thing.
Correct.
Search for.
Yes, and then go to the field.
Yeah, he's got here. Unless you're married, men like John, Trevor, and Dan P.
They're bachelors.
They're bachelors, and we're bachelors.
They're free to hunt. Almost. Just a bit too high over the crossbar, but that spontaneity coming from the Trinidadians especially. Like you were saying earlier on, those flicks and so on.
Yeah.
And we can see that comes with experience.
Yeah, that element of surprise. Our own Bajan boys, hopefully they're taking notes because they're in action next. And I believe that.
In fact, I think of the teams playing, Barbados might very well be the only one without a league at the moment.
Yeah.
Antigua has a league going, so those guys would have been practicing on a regular basis, playing on a regular basis, competing on a regular basis, I should say. Ball goes into touch.
Ball's there with
Ghana actually holding their own though, Pee Wee.
Yeah. As the coach mentioned yesterday during the press conference, he said that this year will be a dress rehearsal for what they intend to do in Bahamas. They didn't qualify for the El Salvador tour, as the coach mentioned, some quote-unquote technical difficulties, but they were in training all the time, preparing themselves for the next opportunity, and so far they have been rather competitive against what we consider a relatively experienced Trinidadian team.
Yes. But don't forget there's another stage before they get to the Bahamas.
Yes.
There's a CONCACAF Club Championship first.
Yes.
That will be the final qualifier for the teams within that hemisphere before going off to the Bahamas for the World Tournament. So this exercise here gives them a good chance to warm up, work out any kinks, etc.
Again, Ghana going direct, opportunity to shoot.
And could be a goal.
Outstanding goalkeeping.
Outstanding goalkeeping again.
And the goalkeeper is showing all his worth every penny. fighting ball in the middle. Number 11
I don't think
weaves his way.
I don't think he will quite earn 300,000 pounds a week, but he's doing all right.
And that's the exciting thing about this. Actually, Andy, I believe that Caribbean teams can flourish in this form of the game.
Indeed.
Yeah, we have some of the nicest beaches.
We have the natural
Yeah,
resources.
we have the natural resources for it. And
But that's the key. But that's the point, PB. But we don't make enough use of it.
yeah,
The visitors come and make more use of the beach than people who actually live on the islands.
yeah. And there are, what, 208 nations competing in the beach football. So I believe that the Caribbean region and the Central American region should be in a good position to reach the world stage. Guyana here with another penalty kick. And number 7, and that is Michael Wilson, has Guyana the lead for the second time. And Trinidad, despite all of their dominance, find themselves trailing again. But knowing Trinidad and Tobago, with the quality of players they have,
Not necessarily down and out.
yeah, and with the amount of time left in this one,
But you see, Guyana doing what really matters. They're scoring.
yeah, they're scoring.
They're out in front at the moment. And psychologically, that could be obviously a big boost for them. Goalkeeper lost possession.
And,
Like you say, he's pretty young and he's making some errors.
yeah, so
This could be costly.
yeah. He's coming up with some pretty good saves, and I say due to his youth, he has that that dynamism and that agility.
And showing a lot of courage.
Yeah.
When you're young, you feel you can do anything, you know. There's hardly any fear among young when you're young.
And there's a fast break here for Trinidad. He allows the ball to bounce. That allows the Guyanese players to get in behind the ball.
He's going to
to
pull the
shoot.
trigger. He's going to pull the trigger.
And again, as we said, Andy, don't count out Trinidad.
Nope.
The Soca boys leveling for the second time, 2 goals each. And I believe this one is going to be a high-scoring encounter, Andy.
Indeed, it will be. But it should be. It's now 2-2. I think most beach soccer games are usually high scoring.
Yeah.
But there is a market for this kind of football in the Caribbean. Another
Thunderous shot there.
from Guyana.
That's the
You
captain
just got to
there.
give them an opportunity, and they make the best use of it. Good skills from the Trinidadians again. Scooping the ball up. Looking for
And that's a foul because one of the rules, I think, explained to me by Mr. Mark Ford, our head referee, is that there is a space allowed for the attacker to dominate where you can't challenge. And I imagine that is to allow more goal scoring
Yes.
opportunities rather.
I guess it's supposed to be spectator friendly.
Yeah, not at all goalkeeper friendly.
Not at all.
So Guyana's youthful goalkeeper, Ethan Sparman, is here to face Trinidad's captain, within that list.
One shot wide. So a bit of a reprieve for the Guyanese. Looking for the scoop.
Good skill.
Looks as though that one could have been dangerous. Danger averted.
Again, the bravery by Sparman, who took a knot to his head, and intentionally, of course. The Trinidadian forward apologizing.
I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah, again, as you said, with youth comes that invincibility.
And the recovery period a lot quicker. If that was myself or Trevor Thorne, we'd be down there for at least 10 minutes.
And talking about Thorne, he'll be joining us soon.
Yeah.
He's here doing some homework as we speak.
He'll be here at the end of the second quarter,
Yeah.
as I will give away in preparation for the opening ceremony. But it's really been a nice encounter thus far. Very competitive.
Yeah.
Very, very competitive. A good advertisement for the game, I would say.
Andy, well, you've been covering sports for
Oh,
Yeah, for years, perhaps probably even before he was born.
you're not 40 yet.
Yeah. And particularly in sport of football, so you would have known the number of football. Do you think? And particularly in sport of football, so you would have known the number of football. Do you think? Or compete in the sports such as beach soccer?
Of course we did. Oh man, but Thorn I can go through a list of. Well, it depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah, I just said the attributes of strength, endurance.
Endurance, and then the technical players. So we had. They mentioned Thorn in jest, but in all seriousness, I could see Trevor fitting into this game.
Yeah, using speed and stamina.
And he's a predator. You know, predators know where to be. Yeah. It's like a magnet. Trevor was one of those kind of truth, and not because he's close to us. Yeah, very rare to be.
So what's your availability as a striking coach? I could use you. Don't want to be a land, but that's another matter for another day.
As a coach, not a player.
Yeah.
And Ghana missing that opportunity.
Want that opportunity back.
Not a lot of second chances in life. And Trinidad almost. This goalkeeper, he's here, there, and everywhere.
Another top save by Sparman.
He plays with a lot of scholarship. The Trinidad.
Goal that Guyana, will be quite aware of his goal scoring prowess and try to shut him down each time he tries to score.
Right. That position.
I think the Latin American goalkeeper referee.
I think the referee is from Costa Rica. And now even that's an element now that our own referees will have to get into, because for the mere fact that we do not play beach soccer at that level. Refereeing in this tournament might be obviously an assistant.
Yeah, that's an important point, Andy. So that's why the development of this sport is so important, because it doesn't just open opportunities for players, but also for referees, coaches, and other facets of the game.
Football Association, Mr. Randy Harris, is a member of FIFA's Beach Committee. So that's a start too, in terms of administration.
And Trinidad looking for the opportunity here to go ahead. The Costa Rican officials spotting an infringement, which allows for Sparman. He picks up a position where he narrows the angles. So let's hope that he's just as strong to deal with the velocity of this thunderbolt, which is about to strike him.
Let's hope. Wow.
Hey, and you see, there he goes. That's the excitement of beach football. Feeling the adrenaline. I imagine, let's say within maybe later tonight or tomorrow, Andy, because they usually attract supporting cast in Barbados.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, strong for
I think the message will spread.
Yeah,
the message will spread.
And that's the end of the second period. We have a 2-2 score line at the end of this.
And we'll be hearing from Trevor Thorn, former national player, now commentator. But seems to be a fair score line. Is working for them, and vice versa.
Yeah, you have two teams here of contrasting styles. You have the more calculated and patient approach of Trinidad versus the more robust and direct approach of Guyana. So it's actually some exciting stuff to watch, and hopefully the young spectators can learn a bit from these two teams, obviously showing their experience. Guyana May not be as experienced as Trinidad, but they're competing.
They're very competitive.
Yeah.
I'm actually impressed with the Guyanese. They're showing a lot of heart, a lot of spirit. Trinidadians are a lot more experienced, a lot more skillful, a lot more technical.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take my leave for the time being. I'll be back to give you some relief, Pee-wee.
Yeah.
I know you want to fraternize and get the feel from outside with the fans and players, etc. So, my partner, Trevor.
Mr. Thorne.
And then so there'll be a lot of rotation in this box as well. Okay, guys.
Thank you, Andy. As I usually call him, the God. I would have learned 41 years in the game. I would have learned a lot from watching him on CBC throughout the years, and in all spectrums of sports, football, cricket, hockey, boxing, you name it. That's Andy Thornhill. But now we have heroics as a former national player, a national forward. He will tell you about his days in the senior national team, but now he's more inept as a commentator, having his own company, Commentator Sports Inc. That's correct, Trevor?
That's exactly correct. CSI, it is known, and commentating various sports. But my first love, obviously, is football. Hoping to branch out probably possibilities into lots of other sports as well, and bring along fellow commentators like Ronaldo, veteran himself, Mr. Andy Akili Thornhill. Beach football. Funny enough, we played some of this in our day when we were actually warming up for the seasons. You would have played some of this on the beach, but not in such a structured way. And thank goodness the foresight of the Barbados Football Association, along with, of course, FIFA, pushing the sport throughout the world as well. Now to a very organized level, where you have competitions within the regions. CONCACAF too has its own competition, which is now rolling, and from it you would have seen the likes of Trinidad, Jamaica, as well here this evening. And of course, as it catches on, more and more of the teams from the CONCACAF region will be joining the fray to pit wits and skills up against the opposition as per usual. We do it in 11 time for the five-a-side version. Game about to restart. It is the red and black of Trinidad and Tobago up against the green, yellow and black of Guyana. And game on its way. Infringement looks like from here. In fact, maybe it's a restart they're going to have as the referee gets involved one more time again.
I believe the Trinidad players move a bit too soon. That is number 10, and David McDougall. This game. Obviously, you're looking to take every opportunity to defend, Trevor, because you know you can be under attack within the blink of an eye. A good build-up. Acrobatic effort coming in there from Guyana. Guyana's number 11, Jamal. We have Zane Coker. Now we have the Trinidad team list. We could keep you guys up to date and familiarized with these players that you'll be seeing and hearing about all weekend. And as the weekend progresses, we'll try to get a bit of biography from fans like to hear or know about these players. You know, about what makes them tick, some fun facts and figures. Stats are always important, and that's your game, Trevor. Knowing all the stats.
Well, definitely Store. Remember, it's Commentator Sports Incorporated as well, because we left upright of the Trinidad and Tobago bar, and they'll go with a restart here But yes, statistics is my game. And simply from following our motto, you will know. And our motto goes just a little bit just like this. Every single kick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation. Trick. Yellow and red card disputes as well. So statistics is the name of our game. And we track every game in this same manner. We'll track the yellow cards, the red cards, all the goals for sure. And of course, it'd be remiss of me if I didn't say thank you very much to Aldo for inviting me over to take a piece of this action here in the beach football.
And there, Trevor, you would have seen the ball went into the back of net, however, not a legitimate goal because it came from the hands of Sparman, who is the goalkeeper. Goal. Apparently, Guyana have not learned their lesson, and they're still allowing Coker to shoot. And here's Trinidad with another opportunity. Danger averted temporarily. Trinidad tried to build another one in. Looking for space to shoot. Ooh. And hands into inaction again. There you had Kevon Woodley trying to straight there for Trinidad and Tobago. Kevon Woodley, seconds after having his effort saved, returned seconds after to push that one into the bottom left far corner with his left foot. One touch as the ball was played into him, and seeking some attention, some medical attention.
Looks like the left knee is injured, but a good piece of finishing there as the ball was played down the left-hand side and then placed the ball into the far corner to give Trinidad and Tobago the lead. Trinidad now lead 3-2 over Guyana, and on comes the medic. You'll have a look at that left knee.
Their first time taking the lead, 3-2. Woodley looks like a pretty heavily strapped guy, built with muscle, of course, but still displaying perhaps smaller player. And it's a direct switch, apparently. You have McCann Hislop. I don't know if he's any relation to Shaka Hislop, but obviously he playing a different position because he seems to be playing forward. He's one of the orchestrators of the team, one of the more technical players. So comfortable on the ball. Coker there making a fine save to deny Guyana. Guyana are not yet out of this one. The stamina for it. There goes Apple. Trying to utilize his skill. Showing a lot of composure there. His lock goes up. Ball again with Apple in the middle of the park. Trinidad. Patient approach. Ball goes into his lock. Showing good patience, good skill for a big man. Captain Augustine's attempted shot with his right leg was missed. Perhaps due to the uneven nature of the sand. Guyana making the so Michael Wilson in. Wilson scoring the second goal for Guyana. Ooh, and that looks like an overzealous challenge there by the...
A very strong one from Wilson of Guyana. Gives up the free kick. A pile driver at 70 miles an hour. Places it on his own little mound to give it elevation, and a clean hit as well. And
I understand. I suppose one of the top players in Trinidad, Trevor. So far, I've seen it based on his technical ability. I would say his knack to get out of very tight situations So he's showcasing his quality. Choosing to strike with the outside of his foot there. Whistling wide of that left post.
That low center of gravity from Apu will always be a threat to the Guyanese team. On this occasion, the shot though didn't have the venom that was required to create. The left-hand side, 3 touches, the left foot shot and taken cleanly this time around by Sparman as he sets the striker free on the right-hand side. Defensive challenge coming in from Trinidad and Tobago in the form of Bob, and the quick by the official on this side says she wants to control when the ball comes in. She'll let you know when. In the meantime, there's a bit of a physical battle going on between goalkeeper Woodley and you make it the number 7, Michael Wilson. He's a hand
acrobatically. That's the joy of watching this brand of football, Trevor. You see all the athleticism, the dynamism, the acrobatic efforts coming in. I remember as a kid growing up, this was probably early in the Spain, even the USA. Whoa, and that is goal number 4 from number 5, substitute McCann Hislop. I sure that one would have been in his name here. Shaka Hislop, firing high into the top. For a big man, you expect nothing different.
Yeah, he's about 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, perhaps like 200. Yeah, 220.
220 pounds or thereabouts. But yeah, athleticism galore there to put that one into the back of the nets and bulge your onion back. Cover challenge coming in. Again, ball all the way flicked back to the goalkeeper, and then the restart taken very quickly. The chest down, right foot shot onto the left foot post. Sparman was beaten, but the post came to his assistance. Ball into the box here now. Up to goalkeeper, square ball, chance, and finishes with the right foot. A brilliant finish too.
That was one off the training park, if you ask me, Charlie. When you look at the celebration from the 2 players involved, Captain Kerwin Stafford, it looked like something that they were drilled over and over at practice, and Guyana struggling a bit to keep up with the pace of Trinidad. That is 5 goals to 2. And the frustrated of the Trinidad build-up, because they don't want to be, swept out the water, so to speak, in this particular one. Trinidad playing with a bit more bite and pace now. Good skill. Power being shown there by the Guyana captain, who attempts to find Wilson. But Coker has full control of the game. You can see a higher tempo being played here, Trevor, by the Trinidad team. Remember before it was slow?
Yeah. Quicker, because I think they've realized the game plan, the slow-paced game, better suited what Guyana had to offer, physicality, strong tackles. So if they speed it up with a bit more skill and guile, they can to go ahead in a big time, 5 goals to 2. So it is Trinidad 5, Guyana 2, and all because of the change in tactics at halftime. Quicken the pace of the game, skill level is still high, and of course finish your chances.
Yep. Couple seconds remaining in this period. Trinidad looking to dominate possession as they have been. Outstanding save by Sparman. Ball comes in, whistling high, just a couple.
So as we get set to prepare ourselves for the next matchup, the Bajan team coming out in that one, and we're going to get some statistics as well on that. but it is the Trinidad team leading by a 5-2 margin over the gents from South in Guyana. And Trinidad in possession in the middle of the midfield now. No one comes calling, and the right foot shot this time is off the mark.
And that is the end of period number 3. And that's the end of the game. You play 3 periods of 12 minutes each. And Trinidad is showing all their experience and quality in that final period, coming out 5-2 winners. But Guyana will be in action again later tonight against England. And we await our very own Barbados Tridents up against Antigua and Barbuda, which are being they're being coached by former CONCACAF beach instructor Beto Lima. Yeah. And he Beto Lima. Yeah. And he
supposed to have the opening now.
So we will take a
8
break.
o'clock.
We will take a break at this
Take the
time.
pictures because I need to go.
We'll take a break at this time and be back in action in just a couple minutes.
so far, created many chances, but none going in the net as they would have wanted to. The one that went in the net, a spectacular goal, brought them back on terms. Captain Beckles now will look to get the home side on the front foot. Just waiting on the referee's orders.
So Beckles with the free kick, shoots with his right foot, and from about 40 yards out, it's almost impossible to really score from there. The distance is just too far, and the keeper would obviously have his sights on it and be able to position himself very well. Antigua with the shot down this right-hand side, chance for the second goal. Good save by Primus. Ball comes to this left-hand side, but for some reason Gill tries to go back to Primus but gives up possession. Chandler slides, misses, ball breaks to Gill. Gill with time and space on his side, and good cover challenge coming in from Odell Murray. Puts the ball into touch. Gill asks back for it, gets it. Primus plays up front, over to Tito Beckles, thinks about his shot, but instead pushes it forward and invites the tackle, which is then put into touch for a Barbados put back in, that is. Right foot shot, and that one is into the safe arms of goalkeeper Walter Prince. Prince distributes down the left, but the ball has made its way over the goal line for a goal kick. A throw-in, sorry. There's Primus. Finds Ramon Manning. Manning, University of West Indies Blackburn player, shoots with his left foot with the volley. Ball comes off the keeper last, and the clearance is made just past the half line on this occasion. The Barbadians with the advantage here now. Through the center is played. Gill tries to hold off his defender, does so, flicks it up, but doesn't get good control of it. Has to find Primus, who distributes to the left-hand side as Barbados go in search of another goal. Flicked up, left foot shot, chance for the rebound, but taken cleanly by Prince, and Prince distributes to the left this time. Good control. Look for the 1-2. No, he doesn't play it. Ball cut out by Barbados, and here they come now through the center. Looks for the pass, finds Manning, but he miscontrols awkwardly. Left foot shot just past the left upright on this occasion, and Barbados now starting to get really into this game and to find their rhythm. Nicholas.
Yes, Barbados, as I said, turning the screw, looking to get some chances. The players who have just entered the fray, especially Ramon Manning, looking to get in on the action immediately, looking to force the issue and get Barbados in front in this game. Ball started from the back, flicked up towards Manning, looking for the acrobatic effort. Antigua come again on the right-hand side, blocked by the defender. And again, flicked up. He's looking to be the man to provide most of the deliveries to the forwards, especially Manning, who's battling now with his defender. Looks to get the header, but cleared away by the Antigua defense again. Barbados with some work to do in defense. And it will be an Antiguan ball on this near side. Looking for the delivery to the striker, and the defender missed, but thankfully his goalkeeper came to his rescue. Ball down the right-hand side. Manning looking to get in the middle and to receive that one that shot a little wide, little past the upright. Not really troubling the keeper, didn't even move. Such was the confidence on that occasion. Barbados definitely testing Antigua with his physicality. Antigua not really as physical as Barbados, but keeping the ball a little better, and Barbados having to foul them, as you see on this occasion. They're holding their own, definitely. But both goalkeepers, I should say, coming out trumps in this game and keeping both teams out. Antigua will see this as a shot, as an opportunity for a shot on goal. Once again, waiting on the referee's signal. It's been a physically engrossing game so far, mentally as well for the viewers. And, Barbados will not want to give up a chance here. The ball rolls all the way through. And that will be the end of the second period of this game. Barbados equalizing in this second period, but the game still 1-1, still evenly poised. Referees having some work to do. Well managed game so far. Barbados looking to turn the screw, but Antigua defending very well. Defending like lions. very fiercely against the Barbadian team. Barbadian team resorting to all types of different tactics on the floor and in the air, and using the physical presence very well, but still unable to force an issue and go ahead in this game. Evenly poised, and it's great entertainment for the fans who have gathered. More fans have trickled into the venue, and I know the coach Chris King would have a lot of words to say to the Barbadian team.
For $10.
But
So with a final period of time to go, another 12 minutes, we'll look for the techniques coming from the Barbados team to take control of the ball and maybe keep it in the air some more. Yes, you'll have to go for the spectacular volley, but that's what the game is all about. You need to connect with the ball once it's in the air, and if your technique is good, then the ball will hit the target, which is the back of the nets. The two teams being refreshed with some water, as well as some tactics and techniques from the coaches here. But I'm sure Barbados playing their very first match in this one would want to take a victory away, and when they come back then tomorrow, they will be coming up against the other teams as they make their way through the tournament here. But any good team would want to start with a victory, and Barbados are part way there, having equalized to Jamal Chandler. A nice cutting edge move down the left, which was finished with his left foot. But they'll need to deploy some more techniques. I would think Grosette would have to get right into this one. That would be the Jamar Grosette, wearing number 9 this evening. He needs to get his shooting boots on, because he's certainly had about a hat trick of chances, and yet hasn't really troubled goalkeeper Walter Prince. He needs to come to the party.
yeah, his technique doesn't look to have failed him tonight, but in terms of finishing, in terms of the final product for the Barbados team, he's kind of been lacking. He's using his physical presence well, using his size well, and his sense of gravity, but to no avail so far. Hopefully in this final quarter, the final segment, the deciding segment of this game, he will turn up for his team, or somebody else can also step up. You know, football is a team sport, and the team makes the team is who gets the result. So if not Jamar Grosette, then someone else from Barbados will step up and hopefully bring home this result. And Antigua, they've shown that they're not slouches, and they won't give up this game so easily. So Barbados will definitely have to come very good for this final segment of the game. And the players just coming out, getting themselves ready. The deciding segment of this game, Barbados versus Antigua. Following this game is England versus Guyana as the final game of the night following this one. And hopefully we can take positive vibes into this game from this final segment. Hopefully we can have a winner, and hopefully a spectacular winner. Antigua to start the game with a shot on goal, hopefully. Over on the left, and Barbados again using their physicality to win the ball up the field. They go. Antigua winning it on the left-hand side. Barbados battling very hard. I think the intensity will be raised in this final segment. Over on the right-hand side now, Antigua beating his man twice and winning the foul. And from the distance out, they will think that this can be a shot on target and a real chance to go ahead in this game. And I think the team that scores and goes ahead in this game, no matter what time, will definitely have the advantage. And having to chase a game for the final 10, 12 minutes in any form of football is difficult, and definitely tonight, with these two teams very evenly matched, it will be harder for the one who goes behind. Antigua looking to get that one on target, and they have. And through the hands of the goalkeeper, and Antigua have gone ahead in this beach soccer game. Unfortunately for Barbados, unfortunately for the goalkeeper,
It's Primus there.
Fortunately for the goalkeeper, Primus threw his hands. I think he saw it all the way, but the speed and the sheer velocity of the shot took it straight through his hands. And Antigua lead, pressure on Barbados now, and they definitely look to restart this game with a shot on target, and they do. Unfortunately, that one trickles out, and the goalkeeper from Antigua gets to restart it. Barbados come again. Grisette, the one we earmarked as having to make a bit more of a difference in this game for his country. He's been technically good up top, and here he is with a chance, and the header is saved. Fantastic save, instinctive save by the Antigua goalkeeper, denying Grisette. It would have been a great goal. It would have been a goal to bring Barbados level at 2 goals in this game, but unfortunately it's not his night, at least right now. Antigua's goalkeeper with a fine save to deny Barbados getting an equalizer and cleared away another corner. Antigua under the cosh from the Barbadian team at the moment, looking to get right back into the game, but having to come down twice. Flick shot towards goal by Grisette, but Antigua strong in the defense and away over to the right hand side. I thought I was in. Definitely, I think all the fans thought I was in as well. Here's Grisette again, chest control, but looks a bit fatigued, a little jaded at this point. Barbados looking to win the ball on this near side. Antigua looking to win a foul. None given. Here's Grisette on the left hand side. The pass is a bit overcooked, and the defender can get it away. Barbados faced with the task of coming back in this game.
Right stuff by Best there. The bicycle leading into the defender. Good technique, but slightly high as it hit the crossbar and came back. But Barbados now looking to get the equalizer and get it quickly, and then maybe go on to win this one. You're not missing any action. The player is actually down and looking for some medical attention. I think some sand has gone into his eyes. Desmond Blue, and he gets that watered now. Grisette, as you said, Nicholas, looking a bit fatigued, looking a bit tired, so you would expect that the bench would come to his assistance. If we can see it, certainly the coach should be able to see it from here as well. And with a small change, perhaps maybe that's where Barbados can get their goal from, unless it is that he's not warm into the challenge itself. So Barbados in possession, deep in their own half. He tries to play it past the defender. On this occasion, he gets the lucky bounce into the outside left position, and Barbados in possession now, having to use goalkeeper Primus, who controls with his right foot, takes it up and throws the 25-yard pass up into the box. But there's Grisette again sleeping at the wheel when he could have just tore out that right pass. Goalkeeper Prince and brought the game right back at parity. Free kick to Barbados, they make that as well, although the nerves were jangling just a bit. Thought that might have been given away as a free to the Antigua national team, but wasn't to be. And Barbados now with the restart by, looks like, Captain Grisette on this occasion. Tico Beckles playing at sweeper, wearing the number 2 and the captain's armband on the left hand. Haven't seen him really strike from this distance with any real venom, but maybe this is his time to do it now, and possibly the best time in the game as well, to bring Barbados right back into it. If he scores here, 2 goals apiece. If he doesn't, it is Antigua with the 2-1 lead at this point in time. So it is Tito Beckles, the UWA Blackbirds central defender in the Digicel Premier League, played right here in Barbados, steps in with his right foot now, shoots. It's a reasonably good one, but it takes the horrible bounce and goes right past the right upright. Ball restarted by the Antiguan goalkeeper in Prince. The ball breaks. Antigua in possession. Yes, they'll go all the way back to Prince again. And the ball arc through the center, chance here, but the player loses sight of the ball as it goes into the air. And Barbados breathing a bit easier. This one, the right foot shot, chance here with the, is he going to volley? Yes, he's going to try to do the almost impossible. He's juggling all the way, a chance, and he tries to go over with the bicycle kick, but doing best off target on this occasion. But good skills, and this is the type of skills you want to see in this game. You saw it from the Trinidad national team in the earlier encounter, running out winners. Oh, a horrible bounce on this occasion. Best goes one way, the ball goes the other. Barbados are down. Yes, they're down home here at the Brandon's ground, 3-1. Best would have come closest on that on just about 30 seconds ago, but it was the Antigua national team on this occasion taking a shot, and that ball ricocheted off the surface and took a horrible bounce. And as he went one way, the ball went the other way, and immediately he's substituted, and on comes the one of our other keepers as well. But they're going to need, it's a mountain to climb now, Nicholas.
Definitely.
They're going to need to do it very shortly.
Definitely a mountain to climb. Tito Beckles looking to get a shot on target. On that occasion, 2 very unfortunate goals for Barbados to concede. The goalkeeper, he really could do not much about either shot, but it's just unfortunate Barbados, with all their pressure, all their pushing to get the equalizer, have gone a goal down once again. Showing good technical skills, showing good physicality, but unfortunately 3-1 in this encounter, their first encounter of this showcase, and they're in a position that they would not like, but they have a corner. Looking to squeeze that one in at the near post, Tito Beckles, and they've won another. I think anything here now might be just a consolation, but you shouldn't count the Barbados team out. Antigua definitely going to defend a little resolute despite giving away so many corners back to back. But such is the pressure from the Barbados team, looking to get the goal that will bring them only a goal down. And they won't get it when the ball is all the way down here, but the goalkeeper having to restart again. That makes the team tired as well. That wears you out, having to restart after every single play, especially when you need a goal. And Antigua defending once again. Defending very well. Barbados looking to win that one, but stopped in his tracks by Beckles. And probably looking to unleash a furious shot, but instead marshaled out by the Antiguan defender. Aim for Grisette once again, but once again he's crowded out of space. A little more urgency needed from the Barbados team, being down 2 goals. You would expect that they would want to get the ball moving a little quicker, giving away the free kick there. It's Tito Grisette giving away the free kick on the Antiguan player. Antigua, true to form, true to good football manners, taking the time on this free kick. Being 2 goals in front of the Barbados team. A strong dent in the hopes of the home side, who would want to do themselves proud being on home soil, home sand, but unfortunately find themselves in the very strange and peculiar case of being 2 goals down with about 3 minutes left in this final segment. And pass down the field, coming again, Tito Grisette beats his man, makes him sit down. And here we go again, Antigua defending well, winning the ball in the right place, coming down the right flank now, defended well, goalkeeper can collect, and he's all the way down again, looking for the instant counter-attack, but the Antigua goalkeeper puts his head where the feet go, and Antigua going to take their time now. They know that the clock is on their side. Barbados again having to restart, and time is getting away from Barbados, Trevor.
Well, yes, for sure. They've brought on Alvin Griffith, central defender. He plays it to Best all the way back to Mario Albert, who came on as a replacement for Primus. So Grisette, a bit of skill, ball across the center, chance and a brilliant left-footed shot. This time around coming from Dwayne Best, but it eases past the right upright on this occasion, and Walter Prince was beaten. He was cemented to the spot there, and he couldn't do anything about it, but the chance has gone a begging because it missed by just about a 6-inch margin. Here comes the Antigua team through the center. Ball played to Griffith. Griffith to the outside, finds Dwayne Best playing in a deeper position on this occasion. Ball the way back to Albert. flicks up with his, no, he doesn't flick up, he uses Griffith as a passing move, but the Antigua number 10 on this occasion, Desmond Bloor, he fouled best. In fact, he fouled Gazette off the ball and immediately gets a yellow card from the referee, and I believe this will be a superb free kick for Barbados to bury. We're going to go with Gazette, who we know has been out of sorts a bit this evening. Very slow start for him. He played for the Una Luxury Resorts and Residences in the Commercial League a couple months ago, and he got plenty of goals there. And will this be his first for the season? So Grisette up against Prince from 15 yards out. Comes in with his right foot, all 6'4" of him, shoots, and is high and not so handsome. Andy and Nicholas. Can't believe you can go over the bar from 12 yards out. Technique was horribly wrong, and 3 blows of the whistle brings this one to a close. Barbados going down a 3-1 margin over the Antigua and Barbuda national team in their very first encounter. We wouldn't have expected this team, this particular result. Team playing at home and obviously starting a little bit shaky, but then looking very good after Antigua has scored. They look confident that they could come and win the game, but for sure they've lost the plot on this particular occasion and are winning 3-1 over host Barbados.
Yeah, it was a very strange game. Football is a very strange game, depending on notwithstanding whatever surface you play on. Barbados dominated the game, I would say, for most of the segments. Created a lot of chances, created a lot of openings, a lot of excitement, but in the end it was 2 very unfortunate goals that they conceded. Goalkeeper unsighted by one, and the other one flicked up off the very uneven terrain here at the beach, here at Brandon's Beach. But unfortunately,